Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Yo.
Bro, I'm like nauseous.
Wait, what's
Hey
our intro? Hey guys, welcome to the dorms.
Sorry, we're gonna do that again.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to In the Dorms.
I'm Summer, this is Zanera. This is our podcast where we talk about the political and economic state of
Girl, there's nothing funny about the political and economic state of the world
Not
right
funny
now.
at all.
Well, today we're talking about the elections of California. We live in California, if you did not know.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. She lives in LA and I live in Orange County, and currently the elections are happening, or by the time this comes out, by the time this gets uploaded, they probably would have happened already.
Well, basically what happened is the primaries happened where candidates are selected to move on to the November main election, the general election, and that's already done. The candidates for this year, the governor is Steve Hilton and Xavier Becerra, and the mayor is Nithya Raman and Karen Bass for LA. I don't know about the other cities, but LA County, that's who it is for the mayor.
Yeah.
Who's going.
We'll put some up on the screen.
Spencer Pratt was just eliminated, so everybody, woohoo! Do like a cheer sound. Yeah, so type shit. You want to start us off? I'm eating Chick-fil-A, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to talk about the two-party system because it's pretty important to know about, you know, the history of it, why it's important, and kind of like you genuinely feasting while I'm talking is frying.
I'm not even eating it, bro. God forbid I want some Polynesian sauce.
I'm dead. Okay, so anyway, so how the first party system happened in 1790s after George Washington resigned from presidency, because
Resigned. Broke up fired. Like it's a minimum wage job.
I'm actually
to be president.
I was getting $18 an hour for presidency.
Sign in.
Anyway, that was so unfunny. I'm dead.
We don't cut that out.
So anyway, Alexander Hamilton reference, and Thomas Jefferson had fought a lot about the federal power of the national debt, and also Alexander Hamilton wanted a national bank and really close ties with Britain, and Thomas Jefferson did not want that at all. He thought it was really stupid. So he started the Democratic Republican Party, and
Democrat Republican. Democrat Republic.
And
Get a load of this guy.
And Hamilton, I know him personally. He started the Federalist Party.
The big Alex.
The big H, bro. He started the Federalist Party. So that happened. So this happened, and there's just a picture of the cupcake. Have you seen that? 0 people like this post. Anyway. So after that, the Federalists collapsed. And then in the 1820s to 1850s, the Democrats showed up to buy Andrew Jackson.
Showed up?
And the Whigs were opposed. Girl.
Do you wear wigs? Will you wear wigs? Have you worn wigs?
When will you wear wigs? So they opposed the Andrew Jackson, and then obviously the modern era showed up, and the Republicans and the Democrats became a thing. So it all started because of Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
Exactly.
Okay, type shit.
And yeah, so the two-party system is basically just two parties opposing each other. Yeah. So go ahead. Which candidates are Republican and which are Democratic? Can you explain?
So In the governor election, I think it's called gubernatorial. Is that how you say it? Gubernatorial.
Okay, bro.
Gubernatorial elections. Gubernatorial? Wait.
Gubernatorial.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
The governor
That
election. Xavier Becerra is the Democrat nominee, and Steve Hilton is the Republican nominee. For LA mayoral election, Karen Bass is the Democrat nominee, and Nithya Raman is also a Democrat, but she is kind of similar to a third party. She's kind of like the Zohran Mamdani of LA. That's why we need her. So yeah, the Republican nominee was obviously eliminated. Spencer Pratt was eliminated. Too bad. I'm actually kind of shocked that a Republican governor candidate is going in November for governor. That's actually wild. Considering there were so many Democrat options, there was Tom Steyer, who was in third, but he probably got out because he's a billionaire, so we don't really mess with that here. But Steve Hilton is he's also very rich. I don't think he's a billionaire. I think he's at least a millionaire, though. And he's not even from here. Like, he doesn't even go here. He doesn't even go here. He's from, like, England or something, and he's, like, anti-immigrant, which is so, like, funny to me, but...
So, yeah.
Type shit.
The Republican and Democratic Party back then was supposed to be opposing each other because the Republicans were...
it was like for a union, non-union, right?
Yeah.
Like pro-union, not?
I'm pretty sure Republicans were anti-slavery.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in the very beginning, Democrats were a part of, like, the slave movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Republicans were anti-slavery, and then I don't know what the hell happened.
The mighty have fallen.
So it was, I feel like back then it was very much opposing each other, and they were very much opposed. Obviously, like, the South and the North were also very opposed, so, like, America was just very divided. And you could say that now, obviously, that America is still very divided, but I feel like in terms of Republican and Democrat, we're not, like, divided in that sense anymore.
Right,
I feel like it's
right.
more like the generational division, where it's like the older people obviously are supporting people that the younger people don't support at all.
What's also interesting is that all the states that, I'm going to put a map up, all the states that supported slavery are red now, which is crazy because, like we just said, Democrats were the one that were pro-slavery, essentially, which led to the war, obviously, the Yankees and the Confederates. So yeah, I don't know what happened. They did kind of like a switcheroo on us for a minute there. Interesting. What's our next bullet point?
Hold on, let me open that up.
My sandwich is cold.
Probably because you waited 5 years to eat it.
It took us forever.
I know. So, okay, sorry.
Bro's like, you were down.
Oh. Guys, my phone doesn't recognize my face when I wear makeup. It's so annoying.
How to understand both parties help vote. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but politicians are pretty corrupt. Government is corrupt. And when it comes to voting, you really should never vote just by party. Ever. There are so many candidates that you would think would be a part of, like, their party, like, really help their party out, but they don't. Xavier Becerra is a prime example. He's a Democrat. There's many good things about him. He's very, like, pro-women's rights and, like, helping minorities. And, like, you know, he's a good track record as a politician. However, he is big oil. His biggest, like, donor during his like campaign was Chevron. He's big oil, and he's tried to kind of cover that up by being like, oh, well, I'm gonna like pro-environment. I don't know how you can be big oil and pro-environment. It's crazy, right? He's also such a red flag, dude. He was like, he worked in California, and he was kind of in charge of overseeing like immigrants, like children, I guess, like crossing the border. Somehow lost like 500,000 of immigrant children. Did you know that?
I did not know that, actually.
Literally, yeah. I'll put it up here, like the statistics. But he literally, the position he was in, he quite literally just lost 500,000 kids, and nobody knows where they are. They were separated from their families at the border, and they don't know what happened to them.
So weird. What the hell?
So I don't know how you can be pro-immigrant and be like that, which is wild.
Right.
So yeah, that's an example. There's many other examples. Gavin Newsom is another one. He's like supposedly Democrat, very progressive, extremely pro-Israel though, like biggest Zionist you'll ever meet.
Very anti-Trump though.
He's anti-Trump, but like it's
but
like
that doesn't help
doesn't matter,
much.
bro. It's all like the same side at the end of the day.
Yeah. Which is why it's important to always vote for policies and not party, because obviously you can tell by history that our parties have mixed up and changed so much. Like, we came from the Federalists to like what we have now, and it's like completely different reasonings too. Like before it was about like national debt and like the banks and stuff, like money wise, and like unionizing with like other countries, but now it's just about like American politics and like parties in America, like who's more progressive and who's less progressive, like conservative and non-conservative.
Right.
And all of these change, and like who knows, like maybe in like 10-20 years the parties will change again, like we don't know. That
Donald Trump, when he first started out in politics, well actually before he started in politics, just like him being a regular guy, he was a Democrat.
Donald Trump and regular guy in the same sentence.
A regular island frequenter, Donald J. Trump. He was a Democrat. Epstein was a Democrat. Like, everybody you know is a Democrat. Democrat does not mean always good. Like, yeah, voting blue usually has a better track record for people, but you really do have to know the facts. You know, Trump only really switched up in politics because he knew that he would get the votes as a Republican. He thought, oh yeah, white straight guy that touches kids, they're gonna love me. And they did. They ate the fuck up. He won 2 elections in a row. Almost won a 3rd time. He's gonna try to run again. Somebody stop him, please.
I'm confused how he can't stop now.
I don't know, dude.
Like, can't you only run twice?
You can only run twice. Legally, constitutionally speaking, you're only allowed 2 terms, but Miriam...
Zohra Mamdani, please run!
I forget what her name is. I think it's Miriam Miriam Alderson? You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah. Basically, she is a Jewish billionaire, and she's invested millions of dollars into Trump's campaign, and she is pushing the Trump 2028 agenda for him to run again. So, we know who's backing this. It's a big Yahoo.
Who would have known?
Who would have thought?
Nobody. I'm surprised.
Also, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but since we're in a war right now, we can't technically have the midterms in November. Since we're
Sounds so planned. Am I right?
Like, that's what happened in Ukraine. Zelensky, obviously Putin's evil, we hate Putin, but Zelensky's not much better. He literally, like, stopped the midterms because they were in war and, like, just has been making money off of it, and, like, as Ukrainians are dying.
I mean,
what
like,
Trump's doing.
If you think about it now, like, a lot of what's been happening recently has been very much planned, especially when you look at the 2025.
I'm trying to situate myself. Not flashing you guys, promise.
I'm dead. But if you look, what's Trump's plan? It was like Plan 2025 or something. Was it called that?
Project 2025.
Yeah. It's like 75% completed. So you can obviously tell that like so much of the bad things that have happened in America is because they've been planned out already. And obviously we don't know a lot of like the background information because, you know, the government hides stuff from us all the time. But everything that has happened is in such perfect like domino effect of other things that it's like there's no way this wasn't planned out. And I might sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like, I mean, we've seen how much horrible things that have happened, like, you know, the Hanta virus, and then they were trying to cover that up because of the Disney cruise, and then also, like, the Epstein files coming out right as the war.
Iran, bro. We literally, like, every time that another, like, set of Epstein files would drop, we would bomb Iran. Like, look at the timeline.
Exactly. And, like, nobody freaking cares about the Epstein files. Like, no one's talking about them because everyone's, like, worried that we're gonna get freaking bombed. Like, why did we stop talking about the Epstein files? Oh, because we freaking bombed Iran. And I think we bombed them again, like, a couple days ago.
Yeah, we broke the ceasefire.
Yeah. And so all of this is happening back to back, and, like, they're trying to continuously cover up stuff just because they don't want so much attention on one thing, which is what?
The Epstein files.
Exactly, thank you.
I mean, speaking of that, Steve Hilton is in the Epstein class.
Yeah.
The Republican governor candidate for California is mentioned in the Epstein files quite a few times. He's mentioned, I'll try to find the emails for it, we can put it here for find it, hopefully we don't get censored, but he's basically talking about, like, meeting Woody Allen. Woody Allen's also a sexual assault or sexual predator. He had it was, like, in the email with Jeffrey Epstein, so it's kind of like, you know, who would have thought that him and Donald Trump would have a co-alliance to get into office? It's insane. And honestly, if California got a red governor, we would be cooked. But if California got a red governor that just happens to be Steve Hilton, we'd be double cooked because that means that he would be cooperating with everything that Donald Trump wants. I mean, ICE would be everywhere, the border would be locked tight shut, like, we'd have, like, it would just be a freaking mess, dude. It'd be a mess. We'd have the National Guard probably deployed, like, immediately.
Yeah.
That's what happened in D.C. So yeah, it's not like to scare anybody, but it is very important when you're voting, you need to be educated.
Yep.
Never believe what the media tells you, never believe what, someone else tells you. You need to do the research for yourself. That's what we always encourage people to do, verify sources, never...
Yeah, and if we're ever wrong, like, please let us know, because obviously we're trying to be as educated as possible, and we want to educate so many people of our generation.
We know everything there is to know.
I mean, if you ever have questions and things like that, then, like, you can obviously ask, because we'll definitely have an answer. If not, probably just tell you to research yourself, but,
yeah, 100%. We always try to, like, provide sources and things, for what
exactly,
we're looking at.
Chicken
sandwich.
Oh, are you full already?
I'm gonna warm it up when I get home.
Okay. But yeah, that's why it's very important to be educated when you're voting, and also why it's very important to vote in the first place, because I know there was a huge thing when Kamala Harris and Donald Trump were
Many people didn't vote.
running, that a lot of people didn't vote. I mean, I think...
Look where we are, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously I know people who didn't vote as well. Like, I have friends who hadn't voted.
I get why people wouldn't want to vote. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like, with this past election, obviously it was difficult.
Yeah, because it was evil versus eviler, bro.
Kamala, like, worked with Joe Biden. Kamala is, definitely a part of the issue in the Democrat Party, and she definitely helped, like, give aid to Israel, and she did a lot of things questionable in California as Attorney General.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely not a Kamala fan, but when it came to her versus, like, Donald Trump,
it's like pick your poison, honestly.
It is a clear choice of who's better.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, right now, like, because of the government, like, choosing anyone who's, like, slightly lesser evil than, like, obviously the eviler one,
right.
That's the only option.
Yeah, which is why, like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it, like, I do hope that Xavier Becerra wins against Steve Hilton. I think we can combat him being big oil. We have many people here on the council, and just people in general, like, even in the federal government, that will protect federal land from being drilled upon. I'd definitely rather have him, though, than Steve Hilton. So
yeah,
hopefully him and Nithya Raman are our ticket. Fingers crossed. If you are registered to vote, or if you can't vote, make sure you do in November.
Yes, please vote. It's very important.
Yep.
One vote can change a lot of things.
Right.
And it may not seem like it, but I feel like everybody nowadays
Especially
has a
guys,
mindset that, like, oh, I can't do anything. I'm just one person. But, like, if everybody thinks that way, obviously we're not going to do anything.
100%. Also, there's also a ton of voter fraud happening.
Exactly.
On both sides, but especially on Trump's side of things right now. So we need to prevent that from having a outcome on this election.
Right.
So, anything else you want to add?
I mean, we kind of talked about everything we wanted to.
Yeah.
We can talk about the history of voting. I know that's very, very difficult because people of color did not get to vote for the longest time.
Like women.
Or women. Well, obviously, women got voting rights before people of color, which is great, but also not great. I feel like voting is an American privilege. Like, everyone should get to vote.
Oh my god, I totally forgot to bring this up.
What?
Karen Bass.
Oh my god.
Dude, she's like I just said, she's the other candidate for LA mayor. She was literally, people went to Skid Row, these journalists. I'll try to find the link and attach it. Dude, look how much mosquito bite.
Again?
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
Look how big it is. I haven't even been itching it. Sorry, guys.
Bro, she has like 15 mosquito bites.
Oh, they just want me so bad. But anyways, Karen Bass, like, these journalists went out to Skid Row in LA. Great place, great neighborhood. They went out and talked to these people that live there, and according to multiple people that don't even know each other, no connection, they literally were being paid like
$5.
$5 some money, which is like a lot of money to people that are unhoused, to vote for Karen Bass. So they were registering people to vote. I don't even know if that was legal. They were out there registering these random people to vote and then paying them to vote for a candidate. That's literally treason. That's so wrong. That's disgusting.
We can play the video here.
Yeah.
There's like interviews of it, so
Yeah.
we'll play the video here.
You live in Skid Row? I live in Skid Row. And then would they come down here and try and pay you to vote?
Yes.
On a ballot?
Yes.
How much they pay you?
$5.
They said here, come and vote for these candidates.
Yes, sir.
That's what you to vote for?
Yes.
So they told you to vote for Karen Bass or Cynthia Rama?
Karen Bass.
Did you vote for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
For $5?
Yeah.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
You did for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
Karen, they told you to vote for Karen?
Yeah. They had to sign the thing.
And how much they pay you?
It's like $2.
$2? Oh, they sign off on a thing to vote for her?
Yeah.
They say, oh, do you want to vote for Karen or Nithya? Or they just really just tell you to vote for Karen, huh?
They gave you an optional choice, but they tell you who they want to.
They tell you who you want to vote for. So like, oh, give you $2 and you got to vote for one of these
Well,
people.
you know, I'm a barter, so I got phone numbers.
And you're like, oh, give me $4 and I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
And so they do this for everybody out here?
Yeah, they come here all the time.
How often do they come down here?
Probably like 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Yeah.
Get the ballots?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you know other people too that voted too?
Anybody's registered? Dog.
Shit.
But I remember you sent that to me, and I was just so shocked because, first of all, you're giving $5, which is crazy.
No, it's such a small amount of money, and they're taking advantage of people in a very,
Exactly, in a very vulnerable position.
And Karen Bass has not helped the homeless situation. During the debate, she said homelessness went down. If you look at the statistics, we'll put it here, it's gone down like 0.2%.
I mean, we talked about this in our last video.
It's gone down so little, and
That it
it's
doesn't-
such a lie
Exactly.
to say that it's gotten better.
Yeah.
And also, people of color are like African Americans take up like the least amount of people in LA, yet they are the largest homeless like percentage demographic. Isn't that like disgusting?
Yeah.
Like, why are we not questioning that? But anyways, Karen Bass, yikes, evil. It does show you that politicians definitely are not clean. They're very dirty, and they will do anything to win. So that is why we need to give third-party options and other options that are not your standard like two-party system a chance.
Right.
And like hope that obviously like good outweighs like all the evil that's happening right now.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I feel like the two-party system has been such a downfall for America for such a long time because,
Yeah.
I mean, George Washington, it's not like I like the guy or anything.
Talk about some George.
Yeah, I know him personally, bro. The big G, bro. Sonia. But he heavily adamantly denied having a two-party system for the longest time. He said that it I think in his like letter before he left, he said that it would ruin America.
It did, bro.
And guess what happened?
I'm pretty sure Abraham Lincoln felt similarly too, right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
With slavery, I think that's how he kind
Right.
of took his position.
We can put it up here,
'Cause
but
it was a humanity thing, not
yeah.
like just a two-party thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson did not give a gaff at all about what he said.
Give a gap. give a fuck.
give a gaff, bro. So obviously the two-party system has been very much, I would say, this is a very big word, but ruining America as we know it. So yeah, parties, that's why I would say I'm not part of any party.
No. I'm just
Because
saying progressive.
yeah, because obviously being too leftist would be bad, and then too
No, I'm like a centrist
rightist
leftist,
would
yeah.
be
Center
also
left.
bad.
Center left, if I had to put myself anywhere.
Exactly.
Moderate Democrat.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's definitely not.
Like, I don't like, there's a lot of Democrats that I don't like, and
No.
there's a lot of Republicans that I
Yeah,
also
no,
don't like.
100%. That's why, like, I will never vote based on two-party.
Right.
I'm not, when I, like, pre-registered myself to vote, you know, with my driver's license or whatever, I just put, like, independent. I don't
Right.
know what I said.
And I can't vote yet, but when I will be able to vote, I'm definitely gonna be voting, so make sure to vote. It's very important that the newer people
Yeah, because
who are voting.
this impacts future generations.
Exactly.
So.
And it's very important that we change America as we know it, because
And like in this video, we'll also include like voter registration, like guide, like tips on how to vote, like,
Yeah.
things like that. Important.
yeah, we'll
like,
put all the
info.
links in the description
Yep,
too.
definitely we'll do that. Let us know if you have any questions, if we can help answer anything.
Yeah, and
But yeah, this is like a good like starting point. So all right, peace and love, guys. Stay safe out there. Make sure to vote.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.